In case you missed it, Ghostbusters Afterlife dropped a new trailer, and apparently it being likable, wow, that apparently ruffles a few feathers. I mean, if you go out and you look at specific comments, they look like this. They talk about you being regressive. They talk about you being ist. They talk about you being phobe and toxic. They talk about you being everything but a Ghostbusters fan. Today I thought we would look at a couple of those. We would talk about a few of these comments out here calling you ist virgins, and we'd also talk about how certain people have been trying to destroy this movie for quite some time. So hey there, so today I want to return to that wonderful world of Ghostbusters, and when I say people have been trying to destroy this newest iteration, oh yeah, they've been trying for months now. This is January 2019 from the Mary Sue, and we were hearing about that movie then, and well, because it wasn't a Ghostbusters 2016 continuation, this movie, it needed to be fundamentally ruined and destroyed. The funny thing about this is that the Mary Sue pretended that this was because of originality. Somehow, 2016 rebooting with an all-female cast made something original. But this newer movie, because it wants to tie in to Ghostbusters 1 and 2, yeah, that makes it somehow terrible. That's crazy, isn't it? Now, I want to look at another article, too. I think that this actually gives you an idea of how people sneak in certain topics. They try to buy into you being some kind of monster on YouTube too. But before we do that, if you like this kind of content, you want to help an umbrella out, help us with our interactions. That means subscribing to the channel. That means sharing videos, but also interacting with likes, with comments, like saying interaction. You can say anything. It drives these things forward. I want to thank you too for not just listening to that spiel, but for doing that stuff. Many people have been doing that, and like I said, I cannot say that enough. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing that. Heck, I just appreciate you being here. So Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer feels like a commercial for 1980s toys. Now this article, it sounds like it's going to go one way, and it does, but it lays a foundation for calling out people for not liking the last movie. Then it gives you criticism because somehow, in some way, the last movie, it worked out. But this new movie, it might actually be a callback to things that we enjoyed before, and that's somehow a problem. What people seem to forget about Ghostbusters is that everyone liked it. It was a phenomenon that was not just worldwide, but it hit on every demographic. How many movies do that? How many movies can you say that your grandparents liked, your parents liked, and as a kid, you liked as well? See, I remember being a kid, buying toys, enjoying cartoons. All of those things were geared to me, but my parents could sit down. They could enjoy the humor. In Ghostbusters, we could all watch it together as a family. If that's something that we're seeing, and we're actually seeing toy tie-ins again, what's the problem to them? I don't understand that at all. Now, the thing about this article here, too, look at the way that it frames all of this stuff. You know, Ghostbusters purists shouldn't be real, but it seems like the new trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife is attempting to pander to this somewhat invisible demographic. Ghostbusters purists. Invisible demographic. That's amazing, isn't it? You know who that demographic is? It's people that enjoyed Ghostbusters. You're trying to bring them in to yet another Ghostbusters movie. If you think that that doesn't make sense, you don't understand marketing at all. That's why things like Terminator, Dark Fate, or Dark Flop fail, because they don't understand that either. Back in 2016, they continue, a bunch of ist weirdos got on YouTube and decided to claim the all-female Ghostbusters was DOA. Oh, you're going to come from that approach. You know, you sound just like this from back in 2016. Got you there. Got you. You're just rehashing those old talking points. I understand that. They go on to say it wasn't DOA. Oh, yeah, it definitely was. Maybe there was buzz. Maybe this was contrived buzz, in fact. You know, with the studio thinking they could go out and market a specific commodity to people with outrage. But that didn't work at all. They lost money with advertisement. Let's just pretend that something else happened. It wasn't DOA, but they nonetheless succeeded in generating enough bad buzz for that movie that just 4 years later, we're set for another reboot of Ghostbusters. Only this time, we're meant to believe that the new film, Ghostbusters Afterlife, is actually a sequel of the two 1980s movies, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Look at the way that is framed there. You know, it's YouTubers' fault. It's your fault, because if we would have actually gotten the movie we were supposed to get, if those purists out there, that invisible demographic wasn't being aimed at, we'd have a continuation of 2016 movie, because it wasn't DOA, like you said. You know who decides whether or not that actually worked out? It's the money men out there. Oh my God, even saying man with that. Money people, Tug, money people. But no, I mean, they're the ones who decide. And what they said was, we need a different approach. Why wouldn't they say that? You watched that movie, right? Oh, I guess these people actually like that. But again, I couldn't sit down and show that to my kid. Now, what's interesting is then they talk about this being, feeling like it's marginally taking place in the actual Busters universe, but it also has a decidedly toy commercial feeling to it too. So wait a minute, you're complaining about it not actually setting up in the Busters universe. Does that mean that you're a purist there? I'm kind of confused. Aren't we trying new and different things? Or is this, again, just another way to make a callback to getting that other movie that you want? Now, they go in and they complain about this quite a bit as well. They complain, oh my God, they're probably trying to tag this in, trying to make other movies work out with that. But how is that going to go? Will it cater to our inner child? And that's an absolutely absurd idea. If you can go out and you can make something work with nostalgia, you should. Star Wars, for that fact. And you look at what they've managed to do. They've managed to absolutely mess up Star Wars. But again, these people probably wouldn't notice that. Now, when you look at the comments with this stuff too, I mean, there's a lot of division here. But of course, this is what that Twitter Puritan demographic sounds like. F the Ghostbusters trailer. You don't reward regressive fanboys, many of whom created an atmosphere of ist toxicity that led to the leading lady leaving this very platform by making the very film they wanted in the first place. Huh? Wait, what? They made the film you want? Oh, okay. What? We're not supposed to get the film that people want and will pay for? Got you there. And the leading lady leaving, I mean, you hear this stuff going on all the time. We're told, oh my God, what a bunch of monsters out there. Meanwhile, we actually have articles that name some of us, that talk about us in big media, saying we're the problem with stuff out there. Those regressives out there, those monsters, we need to get rid of them. What do you think about that? I mean, seriously, what do you think in this day and age? Like I said, you get comments with this stuff too, telling you all of that is meant to actually cater to ist virgins because of blowback. And that's amazing as well. You know, all these ist virgins. I look around at the kids in my home. I look at the wedding ring on my finger and I think, oh yeah, they mean me too. Hey, good job there, right? Good job there. But anyway, there's a lot more of this I think that we can actually look through and laugh at. But I'm going to end this here. I might come back as this goes forward and laugh at it. I'm sure I will. But leave me your thoughts on it. What do you think about this new movie? Do you think that it might be good? Do you think that this might be funny? I mean, for me, just hearing this stuff, it makes me want to go watch it. So congratulations. You know, this kind of marketing, when you blow your top out there, James, that makes me want to get it. And I love that you got a blue check mark too. That makes me want to do that all the more. But anyway, you tell me what you think about it. Let me end by saying thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. You make these endeavors possible too. Companies, they forget that all the time. They cater to people like James here. They cater to the crazies out there that want to go out and they want to throw this stuff together. And yeah, you know how that works out. You know how that works out indeed. Don't want to be like that. So if you like this, you agree, disagree, that's okay. Leave your comments, pro or con. I want to thank you for showing up. If you want to help out with interactions, that's great. But you just spending your time, that's appreciated. So anyway, thank you. Appreciate you. We'll do this again soon.